Oi, out behind the barn, there's a fat calf. Kill that sucker. We're going to have a party. Then there's the older brother. There's always an older brother. They usually elect him to the church council. I can just hear him. Been around here for 40 years. Faithful. That's what I've been. Faithful. In season and out of season, I've been faithful, and nobody ever threw a party for me. You feel like saying, no wonder. And the father says, come on, kid. Come on inside. We're going to celebrate. This is your brother who was dead and is alive, was lost and is found. It's time to celebrate. It's time to grapple with the realities that this is party time. The joy of the Lord, to party even in the midst of adversity, to celebrate even when there's nothing seemingly to celebrate. You know, what a wonderful thing to do, that the joy of the Lord might be in you. You know, the Spirit of God can impart joy to people. I mean, do understand that. If you go to the 5th chapter of Galatians, and it talks about what the Holy Spirit will give you, right up at the top of the list is joy. Is joy. There isn't much joy in this world, man. I was in Chicago. I was on this lift coming down to the ground floor, and there was this kid next to me, and he was wearing his pants low. Now, I understand that particular American trait has gotten over to this side of the Pacific, and you got young people who wear their pants really low. I mean, you feel like they're going to fall off. You can see the underwear in the back. In this case, you could not only see the underwear, I could see the crack. And I had a strong temptation to take out my pencil. And I said, hi. He said, hi. No joy. Having a good day? Yeah. You feeling upbeat? Yeah. Jeez. So I hope everything goes well. Yeah. Gee. We got down to the ground floor, people. The lift doors did not open. I started banging on the doors. Get these doors open, I'm yelling. Get these doors open. All of a sudden, I heard a voice behind me say, sir, the door is open. I turned. It was one of those lifts that had doors on both sides. And I'm banging on the wrong door. This kid started off the elevator. He didn't laugh. I couldn't believe it. He didn't laugh. I grabbed him. I pulled him back. I said, kid, laugh. This is funny. The joy of the Lord. Now, I shouldn't have to tell people in a Pentecostal church about joy, because that's what you're noted for. I like the singing. It's kind of really upbeat singing around here. It was a good feel. My wife said it's got a good feel in this place. It does have a good feel. There is a joyfulness in this place. Being Pentecostal, I mean, there's a Pentecostal school right near the university where I teach sociology. And they invite me over there to speak with great regularity. You say, Campolo, do you speak in tongues? No, but I talk so fast, they think I'm speaking in tongues. So it works out all right. And I love being there because they take you in the back room at Valley Forge Christian College and get you down on your knees, and all the faculty members, all 11 of them, put their hands on your head, and they pray. And they pray long. You guys pray longer than anybody else. I mean, you got to learn from the bishop. They have this Book of Common Prayer, and, you know, and the prayers are concise. These guys went on and on. 11 guys, on and on. And I didn't mind that, except that they went on so long they started to lean. You know, and you got 11 guys leaning on your head. And this one guy is saying, do you feel the Spirit? I felt something right here. And this one guy is not even praying for me. That is upsetting. If you're going to lean on my head, you ought to pray for me. He's praying for some guy named Charlie Stoltzfus. And he goes on and on and on. Lord, You know Charlie Stoltzfus. You know, yeah. Jeez. He lives down the road about a mile, right-hand side, little white house. I said, he's God. He knows where the guy lives. He said, this morning when I was leaving, I saw him, and he said that he's going to be leaving his wife and his 3 children. Don't let that happen. Send someone to restore that man to his family, to his wife. You know I'm talking about, Lord. Yeah, I do. Charlie Stoltzfus, he lives down the road about a mile, right-hand side, little white house. I finished the jig, and I got in the car, and I'm coming onto the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and there's this guy hitchhiking. I know you're not supposed to pick up hitchhikers, but I'm a Baptist evangelist, and whenever I can get anybody locked in. So this guy gets in. I said, hi. He said, hi. I said, my name's Tony. Tony Campolo, what's your name? He said, my name's Charlie Stoltzfus. I didn't say anything, man. I just continued down the road. I got off the turnpike. I turned around. I started back. He looked at me and he said, where are you taking me? I said, I am taking you home. He said, why? I said, because you just left your wife and 3 children, right? He said, that's right. That's right. I want to tell you, I had one scared guy plastered against that door. I just coolly drove down the road, got off the turnpike. I rode down the road. People, I drove straight to his little white house, see? And when I pulled into the driveway, he said, how'd you know I lived here? I said, God told me. Well, you know, if you're God, you got to do something for kicks. You know, it's a pretty miserable world. Can't you just imagine him nudging Peter and saying, yo, Pete, watch this one. I said to him, you get in that house. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to your wife. He said, oh, okay. He wasn't messing with me. I don't know what he told his wife. Her eyes got like saucers. I said, the 2 of you, sit down on that couch because I'm going to talk and you are going to listen. Man, did they listen. And over the next hour and a half, I led both of them to Christ. And today that guy's an Assemblies of God minister down in Southern California. So, yeah. But the joy of it all, But people, as important as joy is, there's a virtue that transcends joy. If you go to that list of the fruits of the Spirit, number 1 is love. Love. Love is the most important of it all. I mean, many of you speak in tongues, but here's the bad news. You can speak with the tongues of men and of angels. You don't have love. You're just a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. Some people say, I've got a gift of prophecy. Others, I've got a gift of knowledge. You can have the gift of prophecy. You can understand all mysteries. You can possess all knowledge. If you don't have love, it doesn't profit one bit. Love is at the essence of it all. More important than even joy is love. More important than joy is love. Love. Now, love is a very interesting thing. In order to express love, are you ready for this? You have to give up power. That's a fascinating reality. One of the great American sociologists, Willard Waller, was the first to outline that relationship, that there's an inverse relationship between love and power. Willard Waller. I love the name. You wonder what kind of people with the last name Waller would name a kid Willard. People, that's only half of it. Willard Waller was born and raised in Walla Walla, Washington. But he developed the principle of least interest. In any relationship, whoever loves the most is the weakest. You got to give up power to love. You say, what are you suggesting? I am not suggesting anything you don't already know. Love